Alright, I think we're live now. Hello, this is DJ Mega Aim 17, and we're Mega Aim Hangout. I believe this is number 8. Today I have with me Yusuf Clark.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me on today, DJ Mega.
Yes, you're welcome. Right now, you said you was reading the fairy tale chapter?
Indeed, I gotta stay up to date with my Natsu. I'm still seething over Blue Note, man. Like how they did them in. That was so long ago. I'm still seething over it.
Actually, that is something I kind of wanted to talk about. But the thing is, I'm not really like caught up to the series. I'm still like at the beginning aspect of the series, but I do know of certain things that happens. But I kind of wanted to talk about this actually with you and Brady, since you guys the main people I know that follow the series. Because I kind of talked about this with Brady last week about like I guess like some of the criticism the series gets, bashing. But you can kind of get into why you like the series.
I'm having some trouble hearing you. Speak up for me.
I'm sorry. I was saying. All right, excuse me. I was saying that you could explain to anyone who's watching this why you like the series of Fairy Tale.
You know, it's funny. I don't actually recall how I got into fairy tale. That's
Oh,
probably one of the more frustrating things for me. I probably picked it up when I just saw it, probably on the manga here. Uh, just perusing to find something new to read because obviously One Piece is one of my first loves in manga. But I got my hands on Fairy Tail after the first couple. I probably started in the middle. I remember that definitely. I started in the middle. Probably one of the more recent chapters that was out at the time, probably some 2 or 3 years ago. And I said, hey, this looks interesting. So I ended up picking it up from the beginning. And from there, I've been reading it religiously. And what really sold me on the franchise of this fairy tale was the anime. So it was really through the anime that I became invested in the manga. And now it's about 2 or 3 years in that process, and I have not been disappointed. As much as people like to criticize Fairy Tail and the series, I've heard all the insults of One Piece Junior. I can see the resemblance, but still, Um, it's only a coincidence that the main hero happens to wear sandals and have pants and a shirt that's very similar to Luffy. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. It's a good show. It's a good manga.
okay. I have never heard that one about the whole One Piece Junior thing.
Yes. Um, anyone who's a religious follower of Zach Logan in the one unofficial One Piece podcast will recall the cracks of of Fairy Tail as One Piece Junior. They were funny nonetheless. I give them that they were funny. Um, but yeah, that's where that I recall hearing that. And once you get that introduced into your head, it's hard to get rid of. So you do end up seeing, oh yeah, this what it does look like One Piece. And all of a sudden it's just like, no, no, no. Hiroshima is better than that. He's better than that. He won't just straight copy a series and just change it up a little bit and call it his, would he? Would he?
I, here's the thing. I can see maybe a few similarities, but I never really thought of it like that. But there was at one point in time, like I guess like at their early part of Dressrosa, some people would say that Mashima and Oda were taking shots at each other.
Yes, I remember that with Luffy. But if anything, uh, Luffy looked more like a homage to Master Roshi than anything else. So
Yeah, but you have that whole guy that said I'm fired up.
yeah, well, if I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of history of how would I say, mangaka providing or paying or showing some sort of respect to other mangaka through their artwork and through their stories and through just introducing a character that might be an ode to a character of old or even a character that's currently in existence from one of their contemporaries. So sometimes it is, how would I describe it, a professional mm, game played amongst mangaka. This is how I see it. I might be totally off base, and I have no problem admitting that. But this is just from the perspective of an ordinary black guy.
I'm personally have a problem with that, but I think they may have been poking fun at each other, but it's not really nothing new. Like, for example, Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games, like when they were doing Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank, they were poking fun at each other because from what I've heard, the creators of those companies they were like childhood like rivals,
Right.
and so they poking fun at each other all the time. You ever played those games?
No, I never had a PlayStation.
You
I
gotta
was
get it.
exclusively Nintendo, so I never had any contact with Ratchet and Clank.
Okay, if you ever do get like a PlayStation, you need to get those games: Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Crash
I
Bandicoot,
remember the commercials for Jack and Dexter only because, if I'm not mistaken, it was Dexter that finally started speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I remember from those commercials. Like he actually started talking, and that was the selling point for one of the games. Like, oh, you get to hear him speak.
No, it was Jack that started talking. Daxter always talked.
Right, that's what I was trying to figure out. Who I was asking you, who was it? I know there's a tall dude, and then there's the short dude. It's almost like it looks like Monsters Inc. basically, if you think about it.
It's a fun game though.
Yeah, I could tell from how it was at the time. It was probably a fun thing to get. But Nintendo had me hooked with stuff like Super Mario Sunshine and Star Fox Adventures. So.
For me, I've always had like somewhere. I've always had like either a Sony console and a Nintendo. Or a
Good stuff. Good
well,
stuff.
actually, I've only had like a Sega Genesis and a Game Gear as far as Sega is concerned. But you get it.
No, I still have a working Sega Genesis. I actually dust that off from time to time to play Street Fighter 2.
Yes. Actually, I just got one of those like mega collection things.
I have one here as well. Mm, it doesn't beat the real thing. There's a song that says there's nothing like the real thing. Yeah.
I have something close to it now. It's like one of those like the Atari flashback console thing.
Here and there, haha.
Huh?
I said yeah, sort of kind of here there.
Yeah, I actually have that too. So, yeah, I got something like that for the Genesis. It's pretty cool. So I've been, going through some of the games. There's some games I either forgot about or I either did not get a chance to play. So it's been fun.
Mm.
But yeah, but I just want to know your opinion on that. I'll ask Brady, I guess more about the whole fairy tale thing later, whenever.
So
But
how,
you ever heard the phrase of fairy fail?
no, that's new to me. I've never heard anything of the sort. Otherwise, the very fail.
I don't know who started this, but I think it started around okay, there was this like from what I heard, a lot of people started dropping it like during the Grand Magic Games arc.
That was a tough arc. I'll admit to that. That was a tough arc to digest.
But for some reason, like somewhere between chapter 321 and 325, I think it was, everyone just started dropping it like flies. And I think Kill Light was like the first controversial one to do it because they made like an entire rant video about it. It's called look, Fairy Tale 3 chapter 21 rant. I'm mad, bro. Yeah.
Richard Sherman edition, huh?
One of the most hilarious videos I've ever seen from Kill Lightning.
Man, I haven't been able to keep up with the anime reviewers and manga reviewers as of late. So I'm gonna need you to be the eyes and ears and tell me what's been happening with King of Lightning.
He's kind of slowed down. Well, he's still putting out chapter reviews and stuff. But he hasn't made like any like controversial videos as of late. Obviously, I think the last one he did was the whole World thing with I'm not gonna suck Naruto off. But that was like back in 2014. He hasn't really made any videos like that in a while. 'Cause, from what I'm hearing, he's been pretty busy with school, so between like doing chapter reviews, he's just doing like live reactions to the chapters.
Hmm.
Just spamming videos, whatever he can of the week. Although I would say like the last week he hasn't really done that. As far as the other reviews are concerned, well, I'm not really sure because there aren't a lot of reviewers really putting out that much content. One of the reviewers I was watching, he deleted all his videos. He said he might put it back, but he just doesn't feel like putting out any more videos at this point. And everyone else seems to be either like on hiatus or whatever. Either that, and you just have like the basic guys that still put out their stuff like for Neverworld, The Phone, Sawyer Mage.
I'm able to keep up with for Neverworld, and Slayer Mage I am eternally grateful for because he was the only person that I saw who did uh, complete reviews for The Legend of Korra, and those are what I always looked forward to on my Friday and Saturday evenings. I always look forward to hearing Slayer 7 Mage.
All right.
Can't wait for that Korra film to come out though. That I'm looking
Is it a
forward to.
film?
Yes, I believe a spin-off movie is supposed to be coming out, so I'm looking forward to that. I really am.
Oh, all right, that's cool. I guess. I'm probably not gonna watch it because well,
I
anyway, no.
ass- I
Uh,
assure you, and I need anyone who follows this stream to please inform our host of the wonders of the Legend of Korra. Please, I will be eternally indebted to you all if you can explain to our most gracious host the beauty of the Legend of Korra.
I'm not
That
even
is
gonna
my only wish.
go. I'm not even gonna go into that right now.
Okay, so what do you have on the schedule for us?
um, I was gonna talk about some WWE stuff, but I have no idea if you watched that. Still,
Well, if I'm not mistaken, WrestleMania just passed, no?
I'm not sure if it did. I didn't watch it, so
Hmm. 'Cause I recently actually, I could at least talk about some WWE because recently I just watched the Hulk Hogan podcast with Bill Simmons. He went in quite a bit of depth in terms of his career, his journey in dealing with Andre the Giant and their relationship, WrestleMania, how that took off, and when he actually fought Andre the Giant, I believe in WrestleMania 3, and how that went down. So I have some knowledge of wrestling. I think my knowledge of wrestling, as I believe many people's, might have stopped after The Rock left the first time. So that's probably where my knowledge is. That's where it ends.
yeah, I kind of with you. I'd probably say Brady was like the most um indefinitely because I think after like the ruthless aggression era, which is like after their which is pretty much like that transition period between what was it, the Attitude Era and whatever this era is now. I think they call it the Reality Era. Yeah. I'm kind of just like on and off with it now. But I did hear Randy Savage is supposed to be getting inducted to the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
He's a grown man. Yeah.
Yeah, because people they've been saying they wanted him to get inducted for years, and looks like he's finally getting inducted now.
But I'm not sure because, if I'm not mistaken, the WWE is a organization run by Vince McMahon, and I'm pretty sure that Yes, even though there's a governing body, that if Vince McMahon wants to honor someone, there really shouldn't be anyone stopping him from doing so. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
and if I'm wrong, please ask the listeners, the viewers, correct me. Um, as much as we're here to talk about stuff, we're also here to learn as well. So I wouldn't mind being schooled on something that I have very little knowledge of.
All right. All right. So, okay, what is this? Yeah, because I actually have it on my have the WWE on my channel right now. Looks like what's going on right now seems to be a Diva Royal Rumble or tag team match.
Oh, tonight is Raw. Wow, it's been wow. Yeah, Monday Night
Yeah, that.
Raw.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like the last few weeks, me and Bray's been doing this thing. We just we have it on the channel. We don't really actually have it up, so we can do the stream and kind of just comment on it.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't really seen the Divas do anything in like weeks. Like, and I just cause I usually be tuned in after they did something.
Uh, I mm,
All right, okay, let's see. You got AJ Lee Page and some other chick. I don't know what her name is. I think it might be I don't know who she is. Versus the Bella Twins, and I'm not sure who that is.
the only people I know out of the group that you mentioned are the Bella Twins, and that's about it. I don't know their names. I just know that they exist.
AJ Lee and Paige are the only other like noteworthy ones you really need to know about.
Oh, okay, okay. So that's the case usually with the diva division, isn't it? From when even when I was younger, it was usually just one or two names, and then everybody else is just upset that those one or two got all the shine.
Yeah, it's funny because the main diva I actually knew about, I guess, what if you want to call it that, was back in the day was China.
China was in it for a long time.
Yeah. It looks like this chick, yeah, because okay, what is this? I'm not even gonna question it. This is one of. All right, moving on. You watching it now?
I don't have access to television right now, so
All right, sorry. Moving on. All right, you read the One Piece chapter this week?
of course
Or
I did.
what do you think of it?
Okay, we currently have a new member to the crew. First, just want to welcome him in.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I guess we have to wait a minute for this thing to kick in. Okay. All right. When you get how? All right. Let's just talk about the chapter. Until he gets that situated. So, what do you think of the chapter?
First and foremost, always have to give Oda his just due. It's always a good chapter. Have to acknowledge that. But one of the things that I was looking forward to, unfortunately, didn't come to fruition. I would have liked to have seen what Oda teased us with and ultimately cock blocked us from, and that was Law uh, being the one to put the dagger in Doflamingo and actually have him die, actually have him come to an end at that point. But I can understand why he chose to do it this way. We've been sort of strategically and masterfully led to the conclusion that Luffy and Doflamingo have to fight. And as a reader, as a fan of One Piece, and as someone who understands the importance of Luffy being able to say that he took down Shishibukai successfully and actually has probably defeated maybe, if I'm not mistaken, at least two or three, to say that he can take down this one who's probably as organized, if not the most organized out of the Shishibukai, would be a tremendous feat, would further increase his fame and notoriety, if it can be increased, because he's almost like the golden child of the era. But ultimately, I felt this is something that should have come to a close with Law and Doflamingo. Either we, either we lose Law and or we lose Doflamingo, or we lose both. I don't think either one of them should leave the island. If it's going to go down like this, where Law can't get his revenge, I don't think he should be allowed to leave the island. In other words, I think we might have seen the last of Law as a character in One Piece. If he can't be the one to get the finishing blow, then I feel that this whole thing was for nothing. Because this was his idea, it was his plan. It'd be nice to actually see him finish it.
All right, okay, I get that. Here's my take on this whole situation. I am like, I am really so in the middle with this at this point. I don't know how I feel about it. I know Brady. He kind of has basically the same. He pretty much has the same opinion as you that he wants Lord to be the one to take down Doflamingo. I wanted that too, but Lord is my favorite character. But at the same time, it's like, the whole I get Luffy has to defeat the main bad guy thing. This kind of goes into the whole, I guess, build up of this situation.
But I feel as if, and you can probably correct me if I'm wrong here, or you can challenge my position on this. It wouldn't be, I don't know, refreshing to see someone aside Luffy take down an important character, or at least someone in his crew take down a character who's of major importance. And what I mean by this is it would showcase that Luffy's crew has definitely leveled up. For instance, it would have been amazing to see Zoro actually take on Trouble, even not even Doflamingo, just Trouble, because Trouble seems to be, without question, the strongest of the executive officers of Doflamingo's crew.
Okay, all right. When it comes to that, when it comes to Zoro taking out Tree, I thought about that too. But honestly, I don't feel like it would be any different. 'Cause I feel like he would just wind up one-shotting him as well. Because personally, I don't think any of the executives were really worth much of anything at this point. I
Well, a
mean,
fair assumption can be made that Trouble might be a cut above the rest.
yeah, but I don't know. Um, okay, here's the thing. I understand what you're saying. Honestly, I would like to see that personally. All right, here's the thing. Here's my, I guess, what I would like to see kind of happen throughout the series from this point on. All right, all right, we have the whole 11 supernova thing. I would like to see each of the supernovas take out a major opponent at least once.
Well, I
With,
think we're gearing up towards that, no? With the
huh?
alliances that are being formed. Remember?
Yeah, but that's kind of like just to take out the Emperor. But you get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yes.
Like you were saying, like Lord be the one to take out Doflamingo. I think that would have been great. I think that would have
Yes.
been. I think that would have been. It really would have been refreshing if that happened. It would have been. I think it would have been much more interesting.
And would have brought closure to a story that we've been reading about for some time in terms of Law's connection, Doflamingo, and the relationship that those two have with Corazon.
Plus, I
It
would
would have
think that
been
would
very
actually.
fitting.
Yeah. Plus, I think that would actually it would change the pace for a lot of things. Because first off, that usually does not happen in a lot of these in a lot of, I guess, shonens. Well, I'm not even sure if this happens in a lot of manga in general, where you have like a I guess you could say side character be the one to defeat the main like antagonist of the arc.
But we can't call Law a side character when he should have been the featured character. We've sort of seen less of Luffy and more of Law as Dressrosa has gone on. So to now to now have Luffy enter in, even though we know he's the main character of the series, But of this particular arc, Law is in the starting to see the star sort of fall flat in his face and on his back and basically sob at the fact that he's not capable of taking down Doflamingo. It's kind of frustrating.
It is frustrating because here's the thing with that. Okay, I would be fine with it if it was like someone that is supposed to be like I guess you could say much weaker than Luffy or like a crew member. But Law is supposed to be like a captain, a supernova captain no less. So seeing him get his butt handed to him as many times as he has is just it really leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So like I understand why it's happening, but I feel like it could have been done better. You don't have to fire as another character to I guess I make another one look good.
Mm.
Sort of.
Well, I remember in History's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi, there's a particular moment where the disciples had entered into this tournament and they had to fight the person who ran the tournament basically, and he himself basically, since he was around all these masters, had become a master. But there's a reference that was made by Tanimoto, and the statement was, okay, even in the realm of masters, there can be master level trash. I say all that to say, even in the world of captains, there are varying levels of skill strength. So yes, even though they're supposedly of the same class, there are still levels within the class, and it appears that Luffy might be at the cream of the top, the cream of the crop, maybe the cream of the crop.
I get that, but still it doesn't. It shouldn't
It's
be to
not
the point
fair,
where
but that's what it is.
yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, it shouldn't be to the point where Noah can't even handle his own stuff. I think that's where you're kind of just that's where it just
Well,
kind of gets like
a classic example of this would be sort of Vegeta and Goku. Vegeta has a longer, more deeply intertwined uh, history with Frieza. Despite all of that, he was nowhere near capable of handling such an issue, of taking down the tyrant. Yet it took Goku, who sort of was just, alright, I'll assist in this, supposedly, to be the one to stop it. So, yeah, even though technically they're of the same class, Vegeta is considered a capable fighter, Goku is considered a capable fighter, there's still clearly a massive void between where Vegeta was and where Goku was at the time.
yeah, but a lot of that's just main character stuff though.
Well, would you not say that the same thing is unfolding here? And that's the point that we're trying to get at. Why can't a character who may not be the main character, but may was the featured character of the particular arc, actually be the one to deal the final blow?
And I agree with you honestly. I would love to see that, but I guess that's maybe not what Oda wants. And plus, I know there's a lot of fans. Actually, a lot of fans to be split on that. It's like on one hand, a lot of fans, some fans want to see Law be the one to defeat him. Doflamingo at the same time, other fans want to see Luffy be the one to defeat him because I guess the history of Luffy already taken down other warlords beforehand, and
Right.
as
And
I said,
personally,
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
no, there you go.
Though personally, I have no issue with him taking down a warlord. What I'm saying is, it would be nice to have a change of pace or a curveball thrown to the readers to see somebody else take on or defeat a main character. But I also feel this is important for Oda to showcase the result of Luffy's training
See, that's the
in these
other
2 years.
See, that's the other problem I have with this. Basically, this entire arc, even saga. Going back to the whole law thing, I guess it would have been I guess a big of an issue right now if law wasn't built up as much as he was within these last two arcs. That people wouldn't be having such a split reaction with who should be the one to take out Don Flamingo. And plus, because of the fact that Luffy still hasn't gone all out yet, he does need to he does need to showcase what he's able to do. But now with the events that happened within this chapter, I again now even I'm even more like just I guess in the middle towards too indifferent to where this fight is gonna go. I already told you before I wasn't really excited for this fight, and now I'm even less excited because again, going back to the whole, Luffy showing the results of his training. What Law just did, he basically handicapped Doflamingo. So now the whole question of whether or not Luffy would be strong enough to take down Doflamingo is just in the air at this point.
Well, also remember that Luffy's not coming into this fight 100% either. He just had an ordeal with
I
Bellamy,
I
and
understand that,
he
and
was
I've seen a
kind of
lot
a
of people.
bloody mess himself. So,
I understand that. I've seen a lot of
and
people.
then also remember that Luffy participated in the tournament for a spell as well, and had to deal with Don Chinchao. So he has been doing a lot of stuff leading up to this. So he has been busy. So of course this sort of equals things actually.
Yeah, I've heard stuff about that because I was reading comments on like Neverworld chapter review because, and on King of Lightnings as well because of how controversial this is, and I understand that. But at the same time, I guess it also goes to the question how much energy did Luffy really exhaust and how much damage did he really take that needed to happen.
I'm sorry, there are no power levels in this series, so we can only use our eyes to determine what's happening right there.
Yeah, that's right, no HVMP.
Yeah, no power levels over 9,000. No, nothing of the sort.
Yo, where's
Well,
where's
actually,
that?
that is a lie. Actually, CP9 told us otherwise. I stand corrected. I apologize to the readers.
Huh?
No, remember during CP9, there is a way of measuring one's ability and whether or not you're superhuman or not, if
Yes,
you
there is.
recall. Yeah, so it took me a second to read. Yeah, I retract my previous statement.
That's right. So there are power levels in the series. It's just not as a it's not prominent enough, I suppose, but it's
Or
there.
frequently used reference.
Maybe we'll get another reference when the CPO start doing stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm just kind of just indifferent to that now because let me ask you this: how would you feel if Luffy was to still go all out now that Doflamingo's been basically handicapped? Would you feel that Luffy would you feel that Luffy would come off being weaker if he was to go all out at this point in time?
I don't think he has much of a choice. You go 100%, put everything that you've learned and acquired to use, put every minute, every second of the 2 years of training really to use,
That's
and
the other
win.
thing. That's the other thing too. Would you have liked Luffy to go all out in this fight, or would you have rather him do it later on?
It would be impressive to know that he beats Doflamingo without going 100%. What I'm
That's
saying is right now, I'd argue that Luffy probably only has 60%, but he has to maximize the 60%. In other words, use 100% of his 60%.
all right. So you're
That's
saying
the
that you
maximum
would have
amount.
liked for him to not go all out in this fight if he had the chance to.
Meaning if he was 100% and he held back, I would be frustrated, but I'd also be impressed. But given that that's not the case, there's nothing that I'm concerned about right now.
Wait. You would actually be frustrated with it?
I wouldn't be, because if he has to go 100% every single fight to deal with someone, that in a sense says that he's still not strong enough. There's supposed to come a point where he's at least able to take on certain people for a certain amount of time. Like there should be maybe a fight or two that he can actually just foderize someone, and then when he's dealing with a really strong opponent, there's supposed to be this great, enormous struggle. But if we've seen in the past, if every fight that he has is a life or death fight, it takes its toll, as we saw in Thriller Bark.
Yeah. And what else? What was I gonna say? Oh crap! I actually forgot what I was gonna say about that. Oh yeah, but I just find I think what also makes this a bit I guess frustrating for me personally It's the whole Zoro stuff too. You just have him just kind of just basically just breathing through every opponent he goes through, basically.
It's frustrating, but at the same time, I'm pleased to at least know that if worst case scenario things were to get really bad, Luffy can have confidence in his first mate.
Yeah, but do you think that whole theory of Zoro leaving the crew is gonna happen?
Him leaving the crew, uh, for
Yeah.
what we've seen him do for Luffy, we can tell that there's a level of loyalty that exists with him that one couldn't ask for any better. The respect that he has for his captain and his willingness to correct his captain in his wrongdoing because he wants to see his captain's dream be realized.
Oh
I don't
no,
think
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. All right, so the theory is that Zoro's gonna leave the crew. I've heard a few reasons, varying reasons, but the main one I've heard is because of basically the way Luffy's been acting since I guess the time skip. Okay, remember that scene of Punk Hazard when Zoro told him, get a grip. This is the beginning of the new world.
to me that was almost more of a reassurance to himself than to Luffy because he kind of slipped up himself too. So even though it was directed towards Luffy, it's almost a message to himself. Get a grip. So I don't look too much into that
Yeah, but then there's also
because if
the
you really want to say something, when Zoro had all right to leave, it was when Luffy almost completely mishandled the situation between him and Usopp.
I was
That
about to bring
point was
I was
Zoro
about to
should leave.
I was actually about to mention that I was about to bring that up next, that incident, because I'm not sure if you ever watched this guy, but you ever heard of King Recon?
No, I have not.
Yeah, he kind of goes more in depth with the theory because he brings those two incidents up,
Mm.
and then he also brings up that Luke and Zoro will fight each other, and I forgot how he said it would go down. I think he said Zoro would actually leave and he'd go about his own thing, and then he went further into saying that he'd get captured by Big Mom, I think it was, and they'd have to go and save him. I'm not sure about all of that though, but I kind of see what he's getting at. I guess it goes back to the whole like how like some of the New World arcs are mirroring the first half of the Bloodline arcs, the top skip arcs. Because you know how Usopp he left the crew, he got captured, and Robin got captured too, and they had to go save them.
Mm.
I think he was kind of like him saying something on the lines like that.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not thrilled to hear Zoro in any theory that suggests him leaving the crew. You could argue
First,
that he's the heart and soul of the crew. He's or basically the conscience of the crew, and I don't think they'd be able to function without him, nor any member of the crew, because every member has an integral role in the crew. And
would you
so,
like it if he was to leave the crew? How would you feel about that if that actually happens?
now what's the point of watching One Piece?
Yeah.
The whole point of the show is to see him, and reading it actually. What the whole point of the thing is just to see Luffy become the Pirate King, but also the show is very much a strong component of friendship and succeeding with your team. And if he does it without his first mate, I don't, I don't, I don't think he'd be able to enjoy. the spoils of victory.
I don't. When I say that, I don't think it. I'm not saying like as in it would be permanent. Just like it would kind of just be like what happened with Usopp and Robin, where it was temporary.
No, we don't want like I don't want anything similar to the Navy back fights where you leave for 2 or 3 days, or and then you come back, or a CP9 where it's because of some part that oh I'm doing this for the betterment of the crew, when really it's because you're sort of being forced and coerced to do something you don't want to do. I
All
don't agree with that.
right, here's my thoughts on the theory because I'll just give you a general idea of what some people have been saying about it. My thoughts on it is I personally don't want to see that happen because I feel like that would actually put Zoro's character development backwards.
Right. Because he started out doing things for himself and then developed into being what's best for the crew.
Yeah, because I feel like the events of him getting Mihawk to train him and the events of Thriller Bark would kind of just be wasted if
Mm,
that happened.
right.
And the funny thing is, a lot of people seem to be excited for this to happen. I'm just like, why? Yes, yes, we're there. Yeah, Sterling's having some difficulties. He said he's having problems here. Has he got any suggestions?
Maybe refresh his page. That's all my computer knowledge can provide. Refresh your page, check your camera and your speakers.
Right. Yeah, that's probably a good idea then. Camera. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I'm actually not looking forward to that. I kind of see why people would want to see that happen. I think a lot of that goes to the whole well, two main things. One, because it would be finally seeing Luffy and Joe actually fight each other, and the second thing would be, I guess, creating more drama within the crew.
Mm.
But I just feel like it's not necessary at this point. I really don't. I just don't think it's necessary for that to actually happen.
No, I think we're at a point where any more separation isn't helpful. Remember, the crew is sort of technically separated as is.
Exactly. And then you have the whole A situation. And this, I think we've had enough of the separations for a bit.
Yes. My question is, after all of this is done, how are they getting off the island?
I think
The ship
Sabo,
is gone.
probably Sabo.
But that would tend to lead us into a new arc altogether.
I would
Yeah.
love for that to happen because I actually want to see them interact. Because one of the things I always thought was kind of a missed opportunity is the fact that we didn't get to see enough of Ace.
Yes.
Because he gets introduced, and then I think he's in a cover story of being one of the marine places, try to ask for what Blackbeard is. Then next time we see him, wait, I think I did this backwards. No, the first time we see him, he gets introduced in Alabasta, and he was in the anime. I think they extended it, which I thought was cool. Even though it was a bit drawn out, but it was still fun to see him hanging around with him for a bit. Next time we see him, I think he was on Buggy Ship, and then I think the other time after that is the little cover story with him looking for Blackbeard.
Mm.
The next time is Blackbeard, the last, and then pretty much everything after that was him. Was everything pretty much between Impel Down and the war with him being locked up and him dying. That's another thing I wanted to actually talk to you guys about. I think I'm not sure if I ever got to this, but you might need to do like a discussion about Luffy versus Ace and which one is stronger currently.
At the time of the war, it was clear that Ace was the stronger of the two.
Obviously.
I can't say. I don't know. You could argue maybe Sabo's stronger than all of them.
I assume he is. But do you think Luffy's stronger than Ace now?
You would hope that he is, because if he isn't, that would be problematic for him.
That's another thing too. How strong do you think Ace was?
Well, his bounty suggested that he was rather strong. I mean, if you have a bounty of over 500 million berries, you're doing serious damage in the world. But then again, you have folks like Doflamingo. Obviously, when he was a pirate, his bounty was it sort of stopped growing. But you come to realize that sometimes bounties don't necessarily put the whole picture into view. For
Yeah,
instance,
the profit.
Hancock's bounty is 80 million, but there's no question that she's incredibly strong.
Wait, who?
Boa Hancock,
Yeah. Wait, who has a higher value than her that's weaker than her?
none. She has the lowest bounty of the Shishibukai, but you can argue she's just as strong as any of them.
Triple down Flamingo. I've always kind of wondered. I'm always trying to think where I'd rank some of these in terms of I guess strongest to weakest. It's kind of hard to tell because during the war it seemed like some of them came off stronger than they were presented previously.
Well, obviously, Gecko Moria probably took the biggest hit out of all of them.
Okay, I think we all agree Buggy's the weakest.
Well, we don't know now. We don't know what he is now. We
He's the
honestly don't know what
weakest.
he is now.
I'm not saying he gets stronger, but I don't think he got that much stronger. He's the weakest. Yeah.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, considering Oda has a special uh, affinity for Buggy, then he's probably going to give him a nice upgrade. You've heard of Pimp My Ride? This is Pimp like One Piece character.
Or what about the case with Kuma? He pimped him down.
Yes, Kuma was my favorite character in One Piece. And I say was because the conscious, the conscience of Kuma is no longer existence. So,
Let me ask you this: do you think Kuma was stronger than Doflamingo before they changed?
what the problem is, Kuma was scary, but I loved it.
I really didn't like when they changed him.
That was the only thing. If he had kept his mind, I think he probably would have been more troublesome because he's just different.
Because before the change, I always thought him as the second strongest.
He was the first.
I always thought he was just stronger than Doflamingo before the change.
Well, really, he might have been a real problem because, but then again, maybe not.
Yeah, but I honestly just don't see how Doflamingo get rid. Well, actually, that's not true. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's not just his downfall. It's how he used it. And oh, okay. Oh, you gonna go soon?
Yeah, as fun as this is, I unfortunately have this thing that, we have to do called work in the morning. So,
Oh, okay. I can't. I'm trying to fix the thing with John so he can at least say something.
mm,
I don't know how to fix that.
well, I do have to head out. But thank you for allowing me to grace your stream. Everybody that's here, please support DJ Mega Aim. We really
Yeah,
appreciate whatever you do, just being a listener, whether you troll us. We need all of your viewers. We need all of your attention. We really do because we're trying to make this bigger and better, and the only way we can do that is by y'all getting the word out of what we do here and the teaching like an AIM live stream. We hope that this has been fun. I'm signing off. My name is Yusuf, as always. And in the words of the immortal Tom, stay gold.
All right. All right. See you later. All right. All right. It's just me and Sterling. Um. Let's see what I can do. Can you hear me now? What the fudge is what the? Is somebody messing with my mute thing? All right. Let me just fix this. Okay, I'm actually alone now. Alright, we'll see what happens here. I'll probably have this going for like another few more minutes. See what happens. Anywho, for anyone that's still watching, you can leave comments. If you're afraid. Yes, so yeah, anyone that's still watching this, leave a comment. You can ask any questions concerning the topics at hand. In the meanwhile, I guess I could talk about, let's see, what else is there? I guess I could talk about Bleach. I kind of like this chapter. I didn't think it was bad or anything. It's kind of funny seeing Aizen kind of troll everyone again. But then again, every chapter Aizen's in when it comes to trolling is fun, so that's good. It's always fun to watch. I know some people had some issues with it, but it was always a pretty decent chapter for the most part. It was just not that much happened within it. So I guess that's my most chapter. The one chapter is that I'm really like in the middle or even like one thing I forgot to mention is that I thought the whole technique Law pulled out was kind of BS because he didn't even. Alright, him having the room up as long as he didn't really make much sense. Actually, not even just him having the room up, him having the room up with no one noticing it. I find that very strange, to say the least. I don't see how he can actually hide the room. Apparently, he did. And plus, it feels like he's just kind of pulling moves out of his behind. And the fact that he just came in, basically handicapped Doflamingo, I'm not particularly happy about that. If he's gonna go that far with it, I'd rather him just beat Doflamingo. I really would. Because I feel like Luffy beating him now just doesn't feel right. It really doesn't. If Law is gonna go this far with it, he might as well just beat him. That's how I feel about it, personally. Alright, let's take another message. Let's see, it says oh, someone actually likes my stream. Oh, that's cool, I guess. Again, for anyone that's watching, leave a comment. Ask questions. Yeah, that's how I personally felt about it. It just felt like he kind of just pulled out of his behind. As far as the whole Law, whether or not Law was dead, I already knew he wasn't dead. Personally, I would like to see Law be the one to defeat Doflamingo at this point. I just feel like it would make more sense. maybe not make more sense. It would just I feel like it'd be more satisfying if he does it now than Luffy being already damaged Doflamingo. And yes, I know that Luffy was damaged too, but I guess it goes to the next question: how damaged was Luffy really? Like how? Okay, that's not a good way to say that. How much was Luffy actually damaged from this point on? That's the question I have. Hopefully, we'll get more of an answer or clarification with that when the next chapter comes out. And the other issue I have with the chapter was the fact that it seemed like things was actually happening and then nothing. And it's like psych. Turns out the fight didn't really start yet. We're still in the build-up stage. We've been building up to this fight for how long now? Because it just happened already. Especially if this is gonna be a long fight, can we just start moving along? We're already, it's already gonna be 19 chapters before we hit the 100 chapter mark when it comes to this arc. So can we just start moving things along? Unless I'm just gonna try to start stretch it out to chapter 800. We'll see. As I said, I'm not really like a big fan of what's to come with this fight. I'll I'll sit down and watch it though, I guess. But I'm not particularly excited for the fight right now. And if the fight doesn't live up to people's expectations, well, oh well. Personally, I've already accepted the chance of that actually happening. So if it does happen that way, I won't really be any more upset or disappointed than I already am, or was rather I should say, because at this point I'm just kind of meh to the whole thing. But hopefully, at least we still get at least a decent fight. That's what I'm hoping for. So we'll see if anyone else comes into the stream. Yeah, thanks for Yusuf for showing up. Sterling, he was having some technical issues as far as the stream is concerned. That's why he really didn't say anything. He couldn't hear anybody. So I'm not sure if he's gonna get back on or not. I might have this thing go to about 11:30. I have no idea at this point if Brady's gonna show up because he said what did he say? He said I don't think I'll be back until at least 11 at this rate. Well, it's already past 11, so I'll have to keep going on to about 11:30. If he doesn't show up then I'm gonna end the stream. Until then, I guess I could just find this other random stuff to talk about. Alright. I think I discussed everything I wanted to talk about. Well, I actually did want to do like a video response to what's his name? Crap, what is his name? I think his name is MRM64 because he did a video concerning the human characters of Bleach, and I kind of want to do a video response to that. First, I have to comment on it, and then I'll do a video response to it. I also wanted to give him one of these streams. Maybe he'll get what? Maybe he'll do one in the future. Same case with Tetsuhai. He was in the first one actually, and we did a lot of like off-screen live streams together. I actually had him on a live stream with Brady once, but sort of. We had technical issues, and that was back when Google Plus was, crappy. Back in the early days of Google Plus. So, what else am I looking for? It's gonna be kind of hard to keep things going from this point on. Alright, just a moment. Yeah, I kind of Really, I can't stand when that happens. Yes, what are you doing? Huh. Yeah, okay, wrestling's still on. They have another big tag team match, but honestly, at this point, I kinda just don't care. I don't know whose side who's on now at this point. Sorry, guys, it's just like a free for all at this point. I'm not sure if WrestleMania happened yet, but even if it did, even if it did not, I'm not probably not gonna watch it. At least not when it comes on anyway. Maybe like a couple weeks or months later, I might watch it. Maybe. Speaking of which, hold on. I completely forgot about that. My music, man, my music. All right. Anyway, I wanted to. I guess I could discuss videos that I want to do in the future. As I said, if no one else shows up by 11:30, I'm gonna end the stream. So, videos I want to do in the future. As far as videos I'm doing right now, I'm just mainly doing loot crate unboxings and the what you call it live streams, which actually gets into why I had to move it to a later time tonight. I actually was doing a loot crate box and then I went into the shower, so that kind of ran through time. And then I found out, and plus I had to wait for people to start coming in the stream. It's easier to start a stream with people already on it than to start a stream with people not on it and kind of have to just BS your way around until people start showing up. So those are the type of videos I'm doing now. As far as the videos I want to do in the future, I was doing music album reviews, but I do want to start those up again. But the reason why I stopped doing those was because I honestly haven't really listened to a lot of music albums. I've kind of been busy, so that's why I haven't really listened to a lot lately. I did listen to Nicki Minaj's album that she put out, I think, toward the end of last year. I might do a review of that. I'm also going to look into Drake's Nothing Was the Same album and whatever crap he put out recently. So I've heard a lot of mixed opinions about it. I heard some people say it was good, some people say it was bad, some people say it was meh. I'll look into it. Yeah, and that's stuff that's for my loot crave. The stuff in the background. Yeah, but okay, let's see. Alright, yeah, I want to do. Sorry, brain fart. Yeah, I actually wanted to do like these ranking videos. Maybe rate the characters of who's strongest. I wanted to do videos like that. The only problem I'm really having is the music issue because it's not that I can't find the music to use; it's that I don't want to get into copyright issues. So I'm not sure if I want to use my own music that I have personally, or use some of that copyright stuff, or the music that people have been doing the theme songs of, the soundtracks of the various series that they're doing their videos about. The first one I want to do is I kind of want to do like a few Bleach ones before I go on any other series. Because there's a few that I always wanted to see somebody do, but I don't see anyone really doing them yet. There's two major ones in particular. The first one being the strongest of the female characters in Bleach, and then the second one being the strongest like vice captains. So I kind of want to do that. Also, I might do like a Going with a wrong card thing, but I don't know. That one would be harder to do. The vice captain one wouldn't be as hard. The only hard part would be ranking like the lower ranked ones because there are some vice captains in the series that really have like very little feats, very little to no feats of any kind. Like what I'm saying is like the most we've seen for them is maybe use like one or two kilos. Some of them we haven't even seen at Zamak yet, so that's to tell you how bad that is. Oh wait, are they doing it now? Oh crap! I think they're doing the Well, I don't know what they're doing right now. No, they're not doing it now. I think that was just ending part. No, they are doing it. All right, for anyone that's wondering what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Wrestling Hall of Fame. I think they might be actually doing that now. Are they doing it now? I don't know. I'm gonna check that for a second. If they are, then I'll put it on record and watch it later. If they're not, then I guess oh well. How much time do I have left? Okay, 21 minutes left. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we have 21 minutes left. I guess. I have no idea if Brady's coming back. Let me just another one. This is almost 11 o'clock. Actually, it is past 11. It hasn't shown back up yet, so. Yeah, I actually wanted to see if they're doing it now because. Oh, here's the remote. Alright, now I can check it. It is the induction ceremony. Alright, it's on record now, so I can just watch it later. Oh crap, this would be a good wrestling topic. Oh well, it is what it is. Missed opportunity, I suppose. Breath of fresh air. Alright, we have 19 minutes left, I guess. Again, this depends on if anyone else shows up to the stream. Although I just might end it early altogether because I am kind of running out of steam at this point. I'm not sure what else to really talk about. I guess I could talk about some gaming stuff. Gaming stuff. Well, as I mentioned, I got the Sega Mega Collection thing where they have like a bunch of Sega games and the Sega Genesis Flashback console or something to that effect. I haven't opened it up yet. I will soon. I am looking forward to it. It'll be cool to kind of play Genesis in its form again. I did have a Genesis when I was younger. The consoles I used to have back then was the Nintendo, well, the first Nintendo console, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Genesis, Sega Game Gear, Game Boy Color, well, my older sister had that, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, the Nintendo GameCube, the Nintendo Wii, and the PlayStation 3. Out of all of these, the PS2, the Wii, and the PS3 are the main ones I'm using right now. Not to say, I forgot what happened with the GameCube, but it doesn't really matter. I can just use the Wii now for that stuff. Because the Wii U it seems to be the only one that actually has backwards compatibility. I think the Wii U also has backwards compatibility. I don't know why they stopped doing the backwards compat. Forget it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they stopped doing that. It's annoying. I also watched Sonic Boom recently. That was an okay show. I've heard mixed opinions about. Some people said it was really funny. Some people said it was, yeah. It's strange to see Sonic in the setting that he's in. I don't know how much I would actually enjoy it because it seems like is that really going anywhere? The crap just happens. Actually, that's just not the situation. Stuff doesn't really happen at all because it's in like a sitcom setting. The voices of the characters are well, they are what they are. I believe Eggman is this. I believe the voice actor for Eggman is the same guy that's been playing for like the past few games. I'm not sure if he also. I'm not sure if the same guy who's voicing him now also did the voice for him in Sonic X. I heard that was the case, but I'm not sure about that. But I did hear at some point that they did get like a bunch of the four kids voice actors to voice the Sonic characters in the later games, since that's what more people were familiar with when they came to the Sonic X show. So Sonic X. So I'm not sure if they're actually voicing them now. I'm assuming the guy that voiced Sonic Colors is voicing Sonic now in Sonic Boom, but that's just speculation. As far as I've heard some people complain about the character changes. So far, I've only seen 2 episodes. So far, I don't have a problem with it per se, except for maybe Knuckles. It seemed like they made him dumber. The character design in itself is just something that kind of it's hard to get by because. But then again, I did hear that Naughty Dog or at least not Naughty Dog, but ex Naughty Dog employees had a hand in the Sonic Boom game, so they were the main ones. They're the ones that made the game. Which, and if they were to design the characters, it would actually make sense. Because Sonic actually kind of reminds me of a bit of Jack. Excuse me. Voice is getting dry. That's what happens when you've been talking for a long time about absolutely nothing. Your voice gets dry. So yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage is going to be doing a Doctor Sword. So that's a huge induction this year. As I said, it's on right now. March 30th. We have about 14 minutes left. So again, ask any questions, so whatever. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, talking about Sonic Boom. Like I said, I think it's an okay show. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's just okay. Have I seen better? Yes, I have seen better. What it is right now, it's just okay. This is home about. It's mildly entertaining. It has a few funny moments here and there, but I don't see the show lasting that long. I wouldn't be surprised if the show doesn't go past season 1. If it does, I can see it maybe going to season 2. But hopefully it doesn't be. Teen Titans Go is one of the worst pieces of crap I've ever seen on Cartoon Network. By far. The worst piece of crap. Want to talk about trash? It's not even a good. It's like an understatement how bad it's gotten. If you watch some of the episodes as of late, they've been getting really more and more juvenile. There's a tag name people are calling this thing now. They're calling it Toddler Titan, which makes sense because it does have the humor of a toddler. Because that's the only people that's gonna find this crap hilarious. I sure do not. The first season was okay. Again, nothing great, nothing terrible, which is okay. Which for me would be a scale of 1 to 10. Would be I'll give it a 5 for season one. Season two, that's a whole nother discussion. Anything below a 4 is what season two would get. It's like that bad. Like at best, I'd say it's mediocre at this point. And I heard the show's getting renewed for a third season. What's worse is that I heard shows like Steven Universe, Regular Show, and Adventure Time getting pushed back. Although surprisingly, the Amazing World of Gumball is actually doing pretty good as of right now. The main shows I actually like on Cartoon Network right now that isn't on Tanami or isn't like the Boondocks is these 5 shows. Well, okay, I was gonna say Adventure Time, but actually I'm not a big fan of that. But I do acknowledge it's a quality show. But I'm really like on and off with that one, so that would be like at the bottom for me. But I guess that Ninjago, the Master of Spinjitzu. Yes, I actually like that show. I know it's a product placement show, but it's actually pretty solid. It gets interesting at times, but unfortunately that show has been pushed back too. Season two suffered from that greatly. It wasn't put out as consistently as season one, so I can see viewership really suffering. But considering they are putting out season three, it shouldn't be too bad. We'll see. Whatever. We'll see with that. Regular show I heard is getting pushed back. I find this one really strange because regular show last year was like hot. It was hot. It was everywhere. It was that big. But it seems like when 2015 hit, it just went. It's like the popularity just dropped dramatically. I'm just like, what happened? How is it gonna be like the big thing last year, and all of a sudden, as soon as it turns to 2015, and it's not high anymore? Usually, there's a gradual decline. It just dropped. I find that very strange. How does that even happen? It's a lot of people just stop liking it, but I'll get into that in a moment. And the other one being, Steven Universe. Now, this show I think did take a while before it started catching on. Now, I was really skeptical about the show, but then again, I was skeptical about all those shows I just named. Because you have to remember, some of these shows came out in 2010, particularly Adventure Time and Regular Show. And I think The Amazing World of Gumball, maybe a little earlier, I forgot which, it was like somewhere between 2010 and 2011. When these shows came out, I was very skeptical of them. Because you have to remember, at this point in time, Cartoon Network was, in my at the point of no return. They had basically gone off the deep end. Their cartoons were horrible, and they were airing their live action, the live action shows. The shows, honestly, at least to me, was actually better than the cartoons they were airing, despite it going against everything that channel stood for. And when that happened, I was actually afraid that considering that the live actions were for the most part, even if it was just slightly better written than the cartoons they were putting out at the time, I thought it was going to become a fully live action show, which would be the death of Cartoon Network. Either that or Adult Swim is going to take over completely. And I'm still convinced that it's going to happen. Let's think about that for a second. Adult Swim has extended itself. It is now from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. That is a huge stretch from back in the day. I know before Adult Swim used to change its time frames a lot. I know one point it was like 11 to 5, 11 to 6. I think at one point it was like 12 to 6 or 12 to 5. 10 to 05 or 10 to 6, 9 to 6, 9 to 5. Now it is 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. Should I count the hours that Adult Swim had as a block? I believe that is 10 hours. Yeah, it should be 10 hours because if it was 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., that would be 12 hours. But still, that's almost 12 hours of a block. I don't have a problem with this specifically because I assumed that was going to happen anyway, considering you have the whole, like Nicktoons After Dark thing that they have. Not that they have anything like inappropriate, but it's just After Dark, and the whole After Dark thing seems usually happen after 8 o'clock anyway. So I assume that's where they were going to go, but things aren't looking too bad when it comes to that. But I do feel like if they was to extend their time any later, any earlier than 8 p.m., Cartoon Network is basically dead. Well, I guess it depends on how Cartoon Network handles their stuff. Now, as far as why certain shows are not getting views anymore, for what I've heard, that's a lot of that is Cartoon Network doing in general. You see, the thing is that this is also what leads to a lot of these shows getting canceled in the first place, is because the products aren't selling. If the products are selling, then the show gets spammed to high degrees. If it's not selling, then it does not. I have a problem with this type of way of doing things. I understand what they're doing. I see the end goal they're trying to do here because they work with the companies, and working with those big companies is going to get them big money. But to ignore your viewership is stupid. You shouldn't cancel a show despite the well received, despite the fact that it's well received by a lot of people, it's viewed by a lot of people. But because those toys weren't selling or the merchandise wasn't selling, we're gonna get rid of it. That's a dumb way to do things. And I don't understand why companies do, why some of these channels do crap like that. It's like they're looking at one side of the spectrum and not the other. First of all, they should be looking at the whole side. It makes me question the intelligence of some of these companies. And it really annoyed me because I found that out yesterday because I was watching a review of I forgot what his name is. He does these like animated atrocities and admirable animation things. I first found out about him because I was looking up like the top worst SpongeBob episodes, and he's done a couple of those. He's done like separate reviews of the episodes individually, and then he's done like lists of the worst episodes, or rather should I say the worst type of episodes of modern SpongeBob. And I'm pretty sure everyone can agree at this point that modern SpongeBob is just atrocious. And it continues to get worse. And I guess I know people are getting excited because I heard one of the writers is supposed to be coming back. I feel like, first off, I don't want to support that because supporting that would mean that you're okay to continue the show to go even further than it really should have, even though it should have ended with the first movie. Hence why the show went downhill in the first place, because most of the writers and the creators left after the first movie, because the first movie was supposed to be the ending of the show, and I think it would have been appropriate. I don't think the movie was great though. I think it was a solid movie, but it could have been better. But I thought the ending of the movie was, I would say, the best part of it, and it made sense to end it there. SpongeBob became manager of the Krusty Krab. Him getting a job at the Krusty Krab was his original goal in the first place when it came to that show. Something was introduced in the first episode. So ending the show there, I think, would have been fine. So for them to continue the show after that, it just kind of, you could see the wheels were falling off there. Again, of course, most of the original writers in general were, they left. And the newer writers obviously didn't get what made the show work. And they basically destroyed every single character in that show to the point where everyone's like an unlikable douchebag. And the protagonists are more evil than the supposed antagonists. like Plankton's supposed to be like the villain of the show, but sometimes he comes off more as a hero or at least anti-hero than characters that say SpongeBob or Patrick or even Mr. Krabs, who I think is probably one of the most evil people in the show of all. Some of the stuff that he's done throughout the show is just cringeworthy. Now, I'm not saying that the old episodes were perfect either. There's been a few duds on the older episodes too, something that got pointed out, but it was generally good. It was a generally good run for the most part. Now, with modern day SpongeBob, which is pretty much anything from season 4 and up, it's the other way around. Like, you find like a few good gems in the sea of trash that is modern SpongeBob. So supporting the new writer of the old writer coming back, as I said, it would give them the green light to, or basically give them the okay to continue to make the show, even though the show really should just end at this point. The second problem would be, I just personally feel like the show is beyond the point of saving. I think they crossed the line to the point where they can't pull it back. I think it's so far down the sea they can't pull it back up now. I don't care if they get the entire original staff that worked on the show, all of the original creators, everybody that had a hand in the show at the very beginning of the show, at the early days of the show. I don't care if they get everyone, the entire team back to work on the show. I still feel it's at the point of no return at this point. I do. I don't think it can be saved. That's how I feel about it. I should probably make a separate video about that, but I just kind of wanted to kill a few minutes. So I said I wanted to end it at 11:30. Yeah, but it's almost 11:30. As I said, I've tried to get in contact with Brady. I don't think he's coming now. There was a few issues concerning. So as far as us doing a live stream, we might have to do it another day. Now, I apologize if this live stream wasn't the most exciting, or if it was only exciting up until when Yusuf and Sterling left. It is what it is. I couldn't really get a lot of people on. Plus, I know a lot of people are busy with school and work. It's Monday. The last thing I want to talk about is, I guess going back to the videos I said I wanted to do. As I said, I wanted to do the character ranking list. As I said, I wanted to do some for Bleach, maybe a few for One Piece and Naruto, and I guess whatever other series I'm doing. I actually wanted to do one for, I guess, anime that people don't really do those type of videos for. I actually want to do one for Claymore and Deadman Wonderland and Inuyasha and Kenshin. Uh, High School of the Dead, High School DxD, Freezing, stuff like that. I want another thing I'm gonna be doing is my music related videos where I will post. Well, there's two types of music related videos. The first one is the videos where I, review albums and do actual music discussions. And it can be about whatever music related. And the other type of music videos I was gonna do was posting my own music content. The type of music that, well, just stuff I've been working on. So that's about it. I think it's about time that we ended this. Thanks for everyone that's watching this. Thanks for Yusuf Clark and Sterling Lalo for attending the stream. Hopefully we'll have more people next time and be more lively. So, and check out my Luke Crane unboxings. You can check out their channels too. Support Brady. And support everyone else. Swap Gaming, Beardless, all those guys. Jennifer. Anywho, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. First, I have to. Alright. Peace. And have a good night.